Hello students and welcome to Standard 9 Geography chapter number 12 Tourism. We will be learning this chapter in three parts. In the first part of the chapter, we will learn and get information about tourism and the types of tourism based on the political boundaries. But before we proceed and learn about the types of tourism, let us learn about the history of tourism. That is, how was the tourism in past? So the tradition of traveling is quite old. If we talk about tourism in India, people used to travel to various places and for various reasons, like going for a pilgrimage or going for the local fairs and festival, in a, in a search of getting a renowned teacher or to get a good education, and also for the purpose of trade. From this, we come to know that the tradition of traveling from one corner of a place to other corner was prevalent in India from quite old days. That is, right from the ancient time, we had a tradition of traveling. But in the present days, tourism it has become an independent field of local, interstate, national and international business. So tourism can be defined as traveling or to visit places in distant region for a specific purpose. Or also we can say that tourism it means visiting and exploring different places that are away from our homes, and it can be undertaken for getting joy, for getting entertainment and also for the purpose of trading. And now that you have understood what is tourism, so let's see which are the various tourist places in India, for which we will observe page number 89 of our textbook. Given us some questions on page number 88. Let's solve the questions by observing the map of India. Let's read the first question. Out of this, which tourist places do you know? Make a list, and for what are the selected places famous for? I'm going to name few of the places. You can write the names of your choice. Any of the places you can choose of your choice, and also you have to write what are these places famous for. So I have chosen Jagannath Puri, which is famous for Lord Jagannath temple, also famous for the Konark Sun temple. The next place is Rameshwaram, which is famous for the five-faced Hanuman temple, and also for the most beautiful place in India, Dhanushkodi. The next place, Goa, Panji, which is famous for the Goa State Museum, also famous for Our Lady of Immaculate Conception Church. The next place, Jaipur, which is famous for the City Palace, for Hawa Mahal, and also for Jantar Mantar Observatory. The next place, Agra, which is famous for Taj Mahal, Agra Fort, and Fatehpur Sikri. The second question, make a list of religious and historical sites from the map. I am going to name a few of them. You can write of your choice. The first one is the religious places, Tirupati, Rameshwaram, Jagannath Puri, Varanasi, and Mathura. Now let us see the historical sites, Ajanta, Pune, next one Ujjain, Khajuraho, and Jodhpur. So these were the historical sites. The third question, make a list of hill stations, places having sanctuaries, and the places along the coast. So now let's see the hill station sites like Gangtok and Darjeeling. The next one you see, I'm going to name few of them, Srinagar. Then we have Shimla and Mussoorie. Now let us see the sanctuary sites. Here you can see the first sanctuary site in Mumbai. The next one you can see in Bengaluru, Bharatpur, and Periyar in the south. The next one are the coastal sites like Kanyakumari, what you can see. Next one Goa, Panji. Then we have Chennai and Mumbai. Now as we have solved the questions given on textbook page number 88, we come to know that the places given on the map of India, they have become famous due to different reasons or for some special things. And the reasons behind the places becoming famous are for various reasons, like many of them are famous for the natural beauty, for the pleasant weather, for the sea coastal area, for the historical monument, or for the religious places. And due to these reasons or the speciality of these places are becoming the major attractions for the tourists. Now let us learn about the types of tourism on the basis of the political boundaries. And those are the domestic tourism and the international or the foreign tourism. Let us learn first about the domestic tourism. So the tourism within the limits of a country is called as the domestic tourism. For example, if a person from Maharashtra is going to Kanyakumari, that is in Tamil Nadu, for tourism, or a person from Nagpur if he is visiting Ellora caves in Aurangabad, this is an example of a domestic tourism. But this kind of tourism, that is domestic tourism, is not very overwhelming because it is within one's own country. So it does not cause any difficulties, much difficulties of language, also exchange of currency problems are not there, and also not much documents are required for it. And as a result, we can plan for such a type of tourism according to our suitable time. The next type of tourism is the international or the foreign tourism. So crossing the country's boundaries and visiting some other country for tourism is called as international tourism. For example, an Indian going to Switzerland for tourism or an American coming to India for tourism, these are the examples of the international or the foreign tourism. Nowadays, it has become easier to travel because of easy availability of number of options of railways, of marine, and also of the air transport. But if one has to go for a international tourism or for the foreign tourism, one needs to procure various official documents for traveling abroad. That is, to go to a foreign country, one needs passport. Passport, this is an official document which is issued by the government of a nation and which certifies the holder's identity, his citizenship, and entitling the person to travel under the protection to and fro from any foreign country. That is called as a passport. That is an important document. The next important document is the visa. And visa, it is an official document that grants the holders the official permission to enter or to leave or to stay in a country for a specified time period. That is called as visa. So these are the important documents or official documents required. Also the travel insurance is required for this. And also with this, we should have a currency of a country where we are going. For this, we need to exchange our currency value with that currency. Now, suppose a person has to go to America, then the person should have the currency in dollars instead of rupees. That is the currency. For this, the currency has to be exchanged from rupees to dollars so that the person can spend the currency at his stay in America. So this is all about the important official document required for a person when he goes for an international or foreign tourism. So with this, we end with the first part of a chapter where we have learned about what is tourism and also the types of tourism which are based on the political boundaries. That is, we have learned about the domestic tourism and also about the international tourism. In the second part of a chapter, we will learn all about the types of tourism on the basis of the aim of tourism and the specialities of the destination. Also along with it, we will learn about the new forms of tourism which have recently developed like the ecotourism, the agrotourism and the film tourism. With this, we end with the first part of the chapter. Thank you, students.